Hey, it's Alicia, and I'm back in Hovet, the press center right next to the Globe, and it's time. All the rehearsals are done, and it is officially Eurovision week. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. So, of course, it's time for us to talk about semifinal one all over again. And I've broken this down into 4 different categories. I have my, of course, ones that I think we will be seeing in the final. Then I have my ones I just think you should go on and say goodbye to, watch the performance, enjoy it, love it, but don't even bother voting for it because they probably won't make it in the final, and you'll be the only person voting for them. Also, I have my sad to see go. These are the countries that actually aren't that bad, but unfortunately, I just don't think we're going to see them in the final, so let's talk about it. I don't want to forget, I also have my category. Now, these are the countries that actually aren't that bad and could very well make it to the final, but because of things like running order and song style, I'm just a little bit unsure whether they're sure bets to end up in the final. Of course, yeah. Now it's time. Let's talk about it. All right, so first I'm going to run down all the countries that I think are a sure bet to be in the final, and then we'll talk about them. That's Hungary, the Netherlands, Armenia, Russia, and Cyprus, Estonia, Azerbaijan, Iceland, and Malta. And if you notice, I've left one spot empty. Now, that spot empty is, in my opinion, my category, or this might end up being one of my sad to see you go countries. So let's break down the finalists first, because these are the countries that are really strong and I think are going to be a shoo-in to end up at the final. First up, it's Hungary. I mean, it's no mystery. Freddie is most definitely the sexiest man in the competition this year, and what he's bringing on stage is really, really strong, and it's good. Okay, I repeat, it's good. The vocals are good. He's honestly the first act in semifinal one that really is coming in strong, and although he's earlier in the show, that actually kind of helps him out a little bit, because we watch pretty much a whole bunch of people who probably aren't going to make it to the final, and then he gets on the stage, and yeah, you can pretty much tell that he is going to be in the final. It's just strong. He's just good. Next up is the Netherlands, who, again, it's just a country that's really good, and what they're doing on stage is great, and that brings up an interesting point. I don't know if you've heard or been reading on Twitter, but there's a little bit of beef going on between Hobie Star and Douwe Bob. And to be honest, I'm kind of on both of their side. Because look, I understand what it's like to have a friend who might be just a little bit extra. And yeah, I feel like Hobie Star is like that friend who just, like, sometimes you have to tell them to chill out. Well, basically, Douwe told Hobie to chill out at some point. Hobie didn't like it, and now they're mad at each other. I don't know why we know about this. I think that's ridiculous. I think they should both shut their mouths and stop talking to the press about it. But anyway, we're talking about semifinal one. Armenia. Armenia is really good. They're definitely going to be in the final. I've been loving this song since the beginning, so I'm glad that they're actually doing something really strong on stage, and I'm glad other people are starting to appreciate the song because it's good. She looks good. She sounds good. I will say, though, she needs a bigger cape. So, Armenian delegation, if you can give Aveda a bigger cape, please. There are fabric stores all around Stockholm. Just add some stuff on it. She needs a bigger cape, okay? Next up, that's a sure bet for the final, is Russia. And look, some people might think that what they're doing is too much on stage. If you've got the money, just throw the treasure chest at it. That's my opinion. And honestly, the song, in my opinion, is not that bad. I am actually really looking forward to seeing Russia in the finale. And I have to say that I think some of the hateration that Russia is receiving this year, I mean, it really just sounds kind of bitter, because the performance is really, really good, and his vocals are good, and Sergey's just professional, and what they're doing on stage looks professional. And if you don't like what's happening, I hate to say it, on a level, you kind of sound bitter. Next up is Cyprus. I've been saying from the beginning that I don't think they're going to have any problems getting into the final. I think they are easily probably the strongest rock song in the competition this year, although I really do like Georgia's entry, and well, we shouldn't even talk about that because that's semifinal too, so let's not even talk about it. Yeah, this is the best rock entry this year, so I'm not even going to expand on that. Cyprus is going to be in the final. See you there. I actually am now changing up my list a little bit. I feel like Estonia is going to be in the final. They're doing a lot right in their stage show, and Yuri's vocals have not been janky, not once. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing Estonia in the final. And I mean, really, their stage show matches up with the song seamlessly. So it's really, really good. Now, I have to say, I'm starting to like this song a little less, and it's Azerbaijan. And I gotta talk to you because Boo Boo is not hitting any of her notes. Well, I shouldn't say she's not hitting any of her notes, but she's not hitting any of the notes that matter and the notes that count. I do believe that they will be in the final, but this song, I mean, is pitchy from start to finish. Pitchy, pitchy, pitchy. And we have yet to see a vocally perfect rehearsal from her. So, yeah, they might be in the final, but they're not going to do very well. Iceland had some rocky rehearsals in the beginning, but now Greta has found her footing. She has found her mark, and they've tweaked the staging a little bit, and it looks great. I mean, Iceland definitely deserves to be in the final this year, and I'm pleased to say that they will be there. I'm so happy Ira Lasco has finally decided to admit that she was pregnant because, I mean, homegirl looked pregnant. There was no question. There was a bun in the oven. But I think that Ira is going to also be celebrating not only future motherhood, but she's going to be celebrating making it to the finals. The performance is really, really strong. The tweaks that they've made, in my opinion, have been good. She looks amazing on stage. She sounds amazing. Oh yeah, and who else sounds amazing in the performance? Molly Petterson Ma. I don't understand why they have her in the back. I think they should just turn this song into a duet and make it an Ira Molly Petterson Hama duet. And honestly, if they did that, I actually think they'd win. There's still time to do that. Okay, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about these. These are the countries that I definitely don't think are going to be in the final at all, and that's Moldova and Montenegro. Although Montenegro has a pretty, like, they have pretty nice staging. I mean, the song is just super rapey, and it just, when you listen to the lyrics, it, like, no, I can't even in my mind ever tell anyone to vote for that song because the lyrics are severely concerning. Moldova, this is really just a case of poor staging, poor styling, and then a rando astronaut shows up in the end. I don't get it. I mean, now these are the countries that I would be really sad to see go. And remember, I only listed for the countries that I do think are going to be in the final. I have one spot kind of free, and I would prefer maybe someone from this category because I'd really be sad to see these countries go. And this is Finland, Greece, San Marino, and Bosnia and Herzegovina. Bosnia and Herzegovina, the vocals are flawless. They're perfect. And the only thing that's really hurting this is they're doing a lot on stage. And by a lot, I mean a lot of things that are just unnecessary. Whereas Sergey's doing a lot on stage, what did we expect they were going to do after they released that music video? Have him stand on stage with a black screen behind him, standing with a mic, singing some ballad? Like, no, that would have been ridiculous. So yeah, I just think Bosnia and Herzegovina is just doing a little bit too much, and it, like, for no reason. And there is a rapper in the song, and although it's not that bad, the rapper is present and he's talking. So yeah, I will say Greece I kind of had written off, but on the stage this song actually really does shine. I like the staging, they sound great. um it actually kind of sounds like a reggaeton song, which I think is interesting. But yeah, it's not a bad song, but I don't think it's going to be in the final this year. Like, I don't see that happening. Now we have Finland. Honestly, I like Sandia. I do not like that bodysuit that she is wearing. I think she looks ridiculous. I think somehow she ends up getting lost in the staging. And although she's up first, I actually don't think that that's necessarily bad because she could really set the bar super high. So you're in not that bad of a position. But unfortunately, this act just ends up slightly falling apart on stage, and it's unfortunate. And lastly, from the sad to see you go category is San Marino. And I'm going to say it right now. I want to see San Marino in the final. And I actually stand here before you and say that, yeah, I will be slightly disappointed not to see San Marino in the final because they actually have a nice stage show. The song has grown on me. They're doing something different without being like different for the sake of being different. So overall, I really like it, and I actually kind of want this in the final. No, it's not going to win. It's not going to win. But it's a fun song, and I'd love to see it in the final. And lastly is my category. Now, these are the songs that I'm legitimately on the fence about right now. I'd love to see these songs in the final, and they could end up there, but these are really just the songs that, honestly, going into this, I really, really liked, and I feel like they just sort of gave it away when it came to the onstage presentation, and those countries are Czech Republic, Austria, and Croatia. Now, Croatia still might have a nice bit of momentum and a fan base behind it to allow it to enter the finals, but that dress, the styling, everything about it is just wrong. It's just everything about it is wrong. Nothing about it is right when it comes to the staging. And unfortunately, it's almost like Croatia seems to want to be giving it away. And if they want to give it away, I think we should allow them to and let one of these other countries who really wants to win this win. Austria. Now, this song is not my cup of tea, but it definitely has a strong fan base behind it. And there are a lot of people who really love this song. But I have an issue, and the issue is the prom dress, the reject bridesmaid's gown that Zoe is wearing. Ugh, I really, really hate that damn pink dress. I don't know. I think Austria's on the cusp. I think it could end up in the final. But looking at this list, I mean, I kind of would rather see that go. But I don't know. Lastly, it's Czech Republic. And look, Gabriella's voice is amazing. She is actually talented. The staging is not bad. I hate her dress. The dress is ridiculous. I think she looks like somebody's grandma put on a gown or whatever for some odd reason. I don't know why on earth she is wearing that dress. But all in all, she's been giving us flawless vocals. She's just been super, super strong. And yeah, I mean, I think honestly what's going to kill Czech Republic this year is the running order. Being sandwiched in between Russia and Cyprus is just super, super tough for this amazing vocalist singing this really powerful, beautiful song. All right, that's it for me. You should definitely be following me on Twitter because I'm giving you all my insights. And talk to me. Do you agree with me? Do you think I'm crazy? Talk to me in the comments below. That's what you got to do. And I am super excited because, yes, I'm in Stockholm, Sweden, all for Eurovision 2016.